My guy Daniel went from complete beginner to making over $20,000 in profit a month with online and retail arbitrage. And in this video, we go over all his secrets to success. Let's get right into it.
What's up, Daniel? Welcome to the channel. Good to have you here today, man.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, dude. So I'm sure it feels good coming off such an epic first Q4. But just for context for the viewers, man, break down, what December looked like from a revenue and profit perspective.
So December was my best month so far. I hit over 117,000 in sales, which was over 25,000 in profit. For that being my 8th full month of doing this, it actually feels very, very good. Super accomplished, super satisfied with my goals, and on to bigger things.
Yeah, absolutely. And so December was your 8th full month. So you got started in like April or May of last year?
April, at the end of April.
Cool. Okay. And so how'd you get started? And then why'd you get started too as well? But what made you want to get into selling on Amazon?
So since my early 20s, I always wanted to be my own boss. So I got into real estate. I was flipping houses, and then I kept seeing videos on YouTube about selling on Amazon. But to be honest, a lot of the videos I kept seeing was like very flashy videos. So that actually kind of drove me away from it. But it was always in the back of my mind. So one day I was like, I'm actually going to do a little more research and look into this. And I came across your videos and Warner's videos on YouTube. And the vibes I got from you guys were very genuine. And you guys showed the ins and outs of the whole business. And, from those videos, I learned way more than I learned out of seeing a lot of videos. So that actually was what made me take the step forward. And I decided to, send it.
Cool. And so I actually didn't remember that part of your story. Obviously, I knew it in the past, right? But you're, from another country, right? How old were you when you came to America?
So I actually grew up half here and half in Ecuador. So it was cool because I got to experience both cultures, But when I came here, I was right in middle school.
Cool. Okay, sweet. Okay, got you. And so the cool thing is you got into selling on Amazon after already having an established career. And I think that's awesome how some people get started with Amazon as their first business when they're, in college or, in school. And you came from the world of flipping houses. I think a lot of people get in the world of Amazon from real estate or from attempting a stock trade or from eBay flipping, right? And then once you find the right vehicle for your skill set, your personality, great things can come about of that, right? So what did it look like in terms of getting that initial momentum build in like those first couple sales? Like walk us through the first couple months. Like what did it look like? Was it online arbitrage? Was it retail arbitrage? That kind of thing.
So at the beginning, it was, I was very hesitant of the whole process. So I went to a couple stores and did my first test buys, bought about maybe 25 products, and then made my first FBA shipment. So after that, I was just, watching, staring at my phone, seeing if I did any sales and stuff. And then eventually, start getting sales. So then I was like, okay, how can I step this, process up, make it a little easier and quicker as well. And that's what made me join your program. I was trying to find like-minded people that, can help you grow the business. And also, you have all the experience that I was looking for. So I thought joining your program would definitely, be a big step into the business.
Yeah. And there was a while there when we were really, initially getting going, where it was you and me with the good morning every morning at 7 a.m.
Yes,
right?
sir.
You and I both getting up early and working on this stuff, which was super fun as well too. And the cool thing is you kind of quickly grew out of needing a lot of the personalized help too, because you took a bunch of action at the start. Right. And you found some great people to work with and everything. Right. And that's the whole name of the game is, you want to, speed up your process, whether that's paying for help, whether that's, being super active on social media, finding cool people to work with and everything. And just at the end of the day, the more positive information, the more positive mindset people you can get around, it's never really going to negatively affect you and everything. Right. So talk about what Q4 was like, because you have kind of an epic Q4 story that I was seeing a little bit. We almost even ended up meeting up in person on some of your travels. As well. I'm sure we'll get to do that in the future, but break down, what Q4 was like, because a lot of people are starting their business right now in Q1, the start of the year, to be able to fully take advantage of the easier times of the year, Q3 and Q4, later down the line, fairly similar to you getting started last April. Talk through, the Q4 mania and what that looked like.
So at the beginning, I kept, I was a little nervous about, what good replens can I find? So that was my first goal. And then I actually, started finding some good replens. at stores. And that's, so what I decided to do from there was, hey, let me, these are selling, these are moving. So how can I find the most of these shoes? So it was mostly shoes, actually. So I actually went and covered, a lot of states by myself, just driving everywhere, all the way, basically covering the majority of the East Coast. And so my whole December was a lot of driving, and but I was coming home with my car full of products. So that was the goal. And then started seeing the sales and the movement, and it was great. It was very satisfying, very good to see the good results.
Yeah, and so we primarily talk about online arbitrage, but you were doing a ton of retail arbitrage. For the newer seller watching this, that's maybe considering getting into the game, talk about why you like RA and why you were cool with having RA be such a big part of your operation for December, even if it's a little bit more work.
So it's definitely more work, but what I liked about RA is, there's very good profits. The returns with RA are very good. And also, sometimes with OA, what I realized that, there's a little bit more of tanking, especially, when you find products that you don't make products good, when you find the products that a lot of people can find easily, then, it has a little bit more on the verge of tanking. But with RA, it was awesome because, you taught me certain things to make products profitable, and that actually helped even in RA a lot. So, I was going into stores, for an example, after, 3-4 resellers in my area have gone through there, and I was still coming out with a bunch of products out of the store. And that's because people weren't, looking in detail to certain things. And that's what made me succeed a lot.
Hope you guys are loving the interview with Daniel. If you guys want the same personalized one-on-one help Daniel got, now's a great time to apply for my coaching program. If you want direct one-on-one access to me, all my coupons, tips, tricks, and strategies, you want to get together one-on-one live on Zoom to source products together, as well as be a part of a thriving community of other Amazon sellers crushing the game, and 3 group coaching calls per week. Take a look at that at the link in the description. Go ahead and put in your information and apply. Back to the interview with Daniel. Hope to work with you soon.
Yeah, definitely some game for you guys watching this with RA, right? The cool thing about RA, right, going into stores, it's a little bit more simple. You're basically just scanning products on SellerAmp, but a lot of hidden winning products come in from talking to the employees and figuring out when further discounts are going down, or figuring out if there's any email coupons you can sign up for by creating an account. Or if a single pack of an item scans, maybe searching on SellerAmp if there's multi-packs. If the barcode's covered with the Marshall's tag, red tag clearance, which is going on right now, which is fire, using the AI image search on SellerAmp is a great idea too, to accelerate that as well, which is really, really helpful too. Another thing you've done an awesome job of, we've had literally that great group chat for like 6 months at this point, is just making friends in the community and being in the mix and finding other like-minded people. So talk about what that dynamic looks like, because it's really tough to see from the outside until you actually see it, but break down, what it looks like finding cool other Amazon sellers to work with and just that overall dynamic. Because you were even an Android guy. I had to get on the Apple to make,
just like get that iMessage. Yes, sir. No, it was awesome. It's cool because I've made 2 of them, I would even consider one of my really good, like best friends now. And, we chat every single day. It makes the process way funner. And then also, like there's nothing like getting a call from your homie that's calling you and telling you, hey, get on your laptop right now, buy this stuff. I had, I already did my, I bought 50 units of this and it sold right away. So, it's basically you're getting a call that's telling you, hey, go get this free money. And so, you have to take advantage of that. And not only does it make the process funner, but it makes it, a lot easier, and it helps you grow a lot for sure.
Yeah, and the key though is you actually have to do what's required to find those cool people, right? Whether that's joining a group, whether that's meeting people in Facebook groups or on Twitter or Instagram, you have to exist and take up space and show what you're doing. Share what you messed up on, share what's worked really well, share any tips that have helped you, stuff you wish you knew, right? Like think about why you would follow someone on social media and, emulate that to attract attention yourself, which brings opportunity to you as well, which I think is just how the world works in 2025 and everything too.
Oh, I mean, for me, it's even gotten to a point where, when I go to stores and stuff, I know everybody's names at the stores. I'm friends with everyone. And, so that even towards my competition, sometimes, I've had managers actually text me, hey, we just got these products and do you want him? And then they actually set them to the side for me and then wait until I got to the store 2 hours later and they were waiting in boxes on the side for me. So, that shows you what it can also help you with a lot.
Yeah, man. Other people are the key to everything you want in the world, right? And you just gotta, do enough volume to find the right relationships, and it's never gonna, negatively impact you too. So you come off with, was December your first 6-figure month revenue wise?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, sweet. So now you've seen, things get really easy
now,
right?
my
100%.
motivation's even stronger for sure.
Oh, cool. Because not only, do you work more when you're making more money, but your time also gets more efficient. You get more output for the time you put in too, as well. Right. So break down, kind of plans for the future. You got any wholesale or private label plans? Or are you just sticking with OA and RA? Like, what are you feeling for the future?
So, I definitely want to scale it and keep growing. I do feel that, with RA, you could be a little more limited than OA. So I'm looking to getting more fully into OA. Later on, doing a little bit more of wholesale. But for the moment, I'm looking to getting OA and then also doing everything through prep centers and stuff, and, getting a little more offhand so I can do bigger things for the business.
Yeah, you might even be able to, because you live in the DC area, right?
Correct.
You probably could find a local prep center to drop off all your RA stuff at too, honestly, as well. And then it's like potentially hiring shoppers too. Like we've had a couple really good guests on the Buy Box Bandits podcast that have talked a lot about that, which is pretty cool too, as well. And everything, and just break down, because you're a full-time seller at this point.
Yep. Yes,
cool.
sir.
Exactly. Right. So, you probably, what are you shooting for in 2025?
Goals wise, like
exactly. Yeah, like profit, sales, etc. Yeah.
I mean, now that I've done this, selling 300K a month, I don't see it impossible, and I actually see it very, very easily. So obviously, it's going to take a lot of hard work, dedication, but I do. My first goal now is to hit at least 100K months, like consistent, and then work my way to 300K for sure.
Boom, 100%, right? So I'd be around probably 50K profit a month, maybe a little bit higher depending on more RA you do. But obviously, is that, typical? No, but you're not a typical guy. You're not going to put in the work the average person puts in. You're going to put more. You're going to do more than they will. So you get, better results naturally as well too. So if you could go back to Daniel as a newer seller, right? What are you going to tell Daniel that would help him get to where he is now in half the time?
Definitely the first thing I would say was to believe in myself. And, at the beginning I was kind of, hesitant to buying a lot of, the same items, multiple of them. So I would definitely go deeper into certain products. And then also, the first 2 months I was just kind of doing it by myself, trying to figure out, everything. So once I joined your course, I definitely felt, that it helped me multiply and then move things way quicker. So, getting a little bit of help as well definitely is the biggest thing and communication, talking with people, networking is very, very important.
Yeah, that's like my favorite part of the coaching program. I think a lot of people miss out on just doing it on their own. Is like, I'll just tell you how this website becomes good, right? Natural troubleshooting that comes over time. Yo, what do you think of this? Keep it try. Like all of that, you're actively encouraged, to go ahead and do too. And then for someone, on the outside looking in, what does your day-to-day look like these days as a seller? Like obviously we're out of the Q4 rush. Like how are you managing time and that kind of stuff?
That's what I love about this is, you can kind of make your own schedule. Obviously you have certain things you have to do at a, time limit, especially if you're doing FBM, but, it's pretty cool. Cause you can, if you want to go to the gym at any time, you can do that as well. And, but basically my day-to-day is just wake up, go over inventory once a week, do that type of stuff. But then as well as just wake up, go through leads, find stuff. And then, or, certain days like Wednesdays and Thursdays, I usually go hit RA. And, it's pretty cool though, to be able to have your own schedule and, because if you get a 9 to 5 to make over 25K in profit, with a 9 to 5, it's going to take you years. So for me to be able to do this within 8 months, it's very impressive. I'm very impressed with the work and with the results.
Yeah, and you got to put in a ton of work, obviously, to get there. But it is the kind of thing where you guys have seen there's other, videos like this on my channel where people are having big success. As we finish up, what's your craziest RA hit of all time? Like, 1,000 profit from one store in 30 minutes, or the manager called you on some clearance. Like, what's one of your craziest hits of all time RA wise?
The craziest hits was walking out with it was 192 products out of one store.
Crazy.
So I was definitely doing multiple trips to the car, and then it was cool because at the beginning I was nervous about getting that many products in one store, because people are the attention's on you when you're walking out with that many products. But eventually it became like, super cool because I'm friends with all the store associates and everyone. And so, yeah, it's been a super cool process though. Honestly, another thing is for me, it was cool because I'd seen videos of, people doing their results and talking to you about this. And for me to be here, it's awesome. It's cool to see the progress for sure.
Cool. And hell yeah, that's absolutely on you for doing a bunch of great work to make that happen. So for people who want to follow up with you and, ask you any questions or follow more your journey, where can they find you on social media?
SmartSourceFBA.
Cool. Sweet. So that'll be linked down below. So y'all check out the boy right there, and super proud of you, Daniel, and everything you've done so far. And really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And I appreciate your time.
Cool. 100%, guys. If you want formal help, check the link in the description, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.